Well, Raptor fans, it's the same spanking, just a different day. This is the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajith. And what else do we expect? The Raptors have been cleaning slate with every team under 500, and they did the same thing tonight with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We know that they haven't been a threat to us since LeBron James left. They've been getting beat down every time we see them, basically. And today, like I said, was no different. And Terrence Davis had himself a quarter tonight. In that fourth quarter, he scored 14 points. Lowry had a moment there in the third quarter where he went off, shooting three after three after three. And it was just a professional win. I'm going to start off with the first quarter and break it down for you. I mean, I don't think there's anything positive to say for Cleveland because, well, other than the fact that they came into this game 4-1 in their last 5 games. So you got to give them credit. They're playing a lot better. But it didn't show tonight. I mean, it didn't feel like at any point that we were going to lose this game, even when they kept cutting the lead to like maybe 12, 13, 15. It just didn't seem like they had what it took to beat us, even with an undermanned team tonight. In that first quarter, we outscored them by 2 points, 27-25. Our shooting was pretty decent. We were shooting actually 53% from the field in that first quarter. They shot 44%. Three-pointers, we were actually pretty good tonight. We ended off the game, I believe, with 17 threes. So everybody, we're going into the new year with some French fries, so go get them. Oh, yeah, and on a side note, or not even a side note, but Happy New Year's to everybody. Happy early New Year's. Hope everyone stays safe tonight. Enjoy your partying. Make sure no one's driving. And, just have an amazing night tonight. Go and make sure more money, no problems. Less stress, more happiness. Okay, back to the Raptors. In that first quarter, though, we shot 57% from 3. We were 4 of 7 from beyond the arc. And the Cleveland Cavaliers were 3 of 8 for 38%. Free throws, we shot 60% in the first quarter. They shot 50%. Rebounding, they were out rebounding us 13-11. They had 3 offensive rebounds to our 0. And assists, we were really good throughout the night, but we had 9 assists to finish that first quarter. They only had 6. And we had no steals, but they had 2. Second quarter, we grew the lead out. We were able to hold them to only 18 points in that second quarter, and we scored 32. And we went into the half up 59-43, so we had a 16-point lead. Our shooting still was really good tonight. We were very consistent. Our offense did not really look like, it wasn't really lagging at any point. It wasn't stale. We didn't have no shooting woes. We had some mishaps and turnovers from time to time, but we really did take care of the ball tonight. And we shot 21 of 42 from the field. Like I said, 50% going into halftime. They shot 35% and they were 17-49 from the field. 3-point percentage, again, we were really good. 10 of 20 for 50% from beyond the arc at halftime. They were 25%, and they were 5 of 20 from beyond the arc. Free throws, 78%, 7-9 for the Raptors, 4-6 for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they were shooting 67% from the free throw line. Rebounding, we really did step it up in that second quarter. We went up to 28 rebounds. They only had 22. Offensive rebounds, we had 4. They had 5. Assists, we were at a good pace. We looked like, I have to go back and check. I think we might have had 30 assists, but at halftime we had 16. So we were on pace to go for over 30. They only had 11. Steals, we only had 1. They had 3. That third quarter, though, we weren't as aggressive on the defensive end, and we let them score 26 points. And we only scored, I won't say we only scored, but we scored 27, so we still outscored them. But, when you have that kind of lead and it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in front of you, you tend to sometimes take your foot off the gas, basically. And in that third quarter, to end it off, we went down to 47% from the field, and they were shooting 37%. We were 31 of 66 from the field. They were 25 of 67. Three-pointers, we went down, But we did go into that fourth quarter 13 of 30 from 3, which is 43% from beyond the arc. They're only shooting 25% going into the fourth quarter, and they were 7 of 28 from beyond the arc. Free throws, 85%. We were improving on free throws, obviously, as we got more attempts. We were 11 of 13 from the free throw line. They were 12 of 15 for 80%. Rebounding, we did end up out-rebounding them tonight, and we had 37 going into the fourth quarter. They only had 31. We went up to 8 offensive rebounds. They only had 6. We had 22 assists in that to end the third quarter, and they had 15, and steals were even 4 apiece. And then the fourth quarter. I said Terrence Davis had himself a fourth quarter tonight. He tied his career high for 19 points. He had 5 points going into that fourth quarter, and then he scored 14. He went crazy. He had a couple and ones, a couple nice open threes. And, I don't know how many teams slept on him, but the man went undrafted, and he's looking like a stud. In his first year, he might have some, rookie mistakes here and there, but all in all, the man looks like a gem, and he's been productive for us with our shorthanded team. Fourth quarter, we scored 31 points again. They had 28, and we ended up 20-point mercying them, and the final score was 117-97. Our final stats for the night, field goal percentage, we ended off with 48%. We were 40 of 84 from the field, and they ended off the night 37 of 87 from the field for 42%. Three-pointers, 17 of 39, 44%. That was an amazing way to shoot the ball tonight, and the Cleveland Cavaliers were 10 of 38 for 26%, which is pretty horrible. Free throws, 20 of 25 to end the night off with 80% from the line. They were 13 of 16, 81% from the line. Rebounding, we did end up out-rebounding them tonight, 45 to 41, even with Tristan Thompson being a beast at times on the boards, which is, his specialty. And offensive rebounds, we were 10 to 8. Assists, we were under 30, but we had 29 still, which is really good. We had a lot of open threes that if we capitalized on, we would have definitely probably hit like 35, 40 assists. And Cleveland only had 21. We had 5 steals apiece. We had 7 blocks. They had 4 turnovers. Like I said, we really handled the ball tonight very well, and we only had 11 turnovers to end the night. They had 14. And personal fouls, we had 15. They had 19. Technical, Van Vliet had one when he didn't get a call at when he went up for a layup. And all in all, perfect game. I can't ask for a better way to end it off. And what sweeter way to end the 2019 year off than beating the brakes off the Cleveland Cavaliers. You always have Tristan Thompson coming back. They had an interview, I think, the last time they played him, and they were like, I was really happy for them because, of all the years we got beat by LeBron. And I don't understand why he keeps bringing that up, because ever since LeBron left, his team and him have been pretty irrelevant. Unless he's on the Raptors. If he gets traded to the Raptors, becomes a hometown stud, I'm not going to hate on him. But the fact that he's talking all this ish from Cleveland is kind of hilarious, to be honest. Tonight, OG Anunoby did not start because he wasn't shooting well from three-point range this month. I believe he's shooting like 19%. He's been dropping. I think in October he was shooting 44%. November he went up to 48%, and then he's had a drastic drop in December. So they put Rondé in to start for him tonight. And, even though OG didn't start, he had a lot of good plays tonight. And he played really well. He had 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists in 30 minutes. He was 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line with the steal. I mean, he still played starter minutes, even though he didn't, start the game. And Kyle Lowry, 36 minutes, was an absolute stud in that third quarter. 24 points, 1 rebound, which is pretty uncharacteristic of him. And because he usually averages like maybe 4 or 5 boards a game. He had 8 assists, 7 of 16 from the field, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 4 of 12 from the three-point line with a block and a turnover. And there was a possession there where he got a clean steal on Kevin Porter Jr., and he told Nick Nurse to review it, And what do you know? We had an uncommon, victory on that call. I mean, how many times do we see Nick Nurse really get a call right when it comes to a coaching challenge? So tonight, going into the new year with the actual successful coaching challenge was very nice to see. And Ibaka, in 33 minutes, had a 20 and 10 game, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 8-11 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 3 from the three-point line with a steal and a block. He had 3 turnovers. Patrick McCaw didn't look like he did a lot on the stat sheet, but he was really active on the defensive end. He went out in that first quarter when he went up for a little layup, and Cedi Osman kind of gave him a hard foul, and he went back to the locker room, but he came back, and he looked fine. But in 22 minutes, he had 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, and 1 of 2 from the three-point line with a steal. Rondae, 28 minutes, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 of 9 from the field, 4 or 5 from the 4 or 5 from the free throw line, no three-point attempts, no steals, no blocks, and he had a turnover. He had a nice and one on Kevin Love. It was like a little scoop layup, went straight swish, and he looked like himself tonight. He had a little couple rough games there. He had a few rough games there, but he seemed like he was back in it, especially with the start tonight. Fred VanVleet, 30 minutes, wasn't a typical night for him, but he had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. 7 assists, 4 of 14 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 of 8 from the three-point line with 4 blocks. Okay, steady Freddy, I see you. 4 blocks, 4 turnovers, okay. Chris Boucher, 15 minutes, only 2 points, 6 rebounds, no assists, 1 of 5 from the field, 2 steals and a block. He had a nice block on Colin Sexton, I believe. I thought it was a goaltender at first, but he got him pretty clean. I don't know how he jumped that quickly, but that was an impressive block. We had a Stanley Johnson sighting tonight, boys, ladies and gentlemen. And he had like a little possession there where he was posting up Colin Sexton, got fouled, and went and knocked 2 free throws. But our bench came in with like 2 minutes left, and that's the kind of night it was tonight. No stress at all. Just a professional win. And I believe we moved to 16-0 against teams under 500. And in this coming month, going into the new year, in the month of January, we have 11 games against teams under 500. And we should start to get healthy, I think. Like, in the next couple of weeks, I think Pascal should be back. Don't know about Marc Gasol. Norman Powell might take a little bit more time as well. But if we get Pascal back in the lineup, I think we can really go on a really good stretch and get back to maybe this 3rd, 2nd seed, fighting for them. Fighting for one of those top 3 seeds. Philadelphia has been falling and slipping a bit. Indiana Pacers have slipped a bit. Miami lost a tough one to Washington. I don't know how the hell that happened, but I wish they could do that for us so we can get a W over them, because we owe them one for coming and giving us our first home loss in Toronto. So it's in South Beach, and it's on January 2nd, so in a couple of days. But we shall see. Cleveland Cavaliers, though, their stat line, let's break it down for you. Kevin Love looks like he's on his way out. I mean, he doesn't look very enthusiastic out there. Him and Tristan Thompson, they're not part of the future. They look like they're about to get traded. Don't know when, but trade deadline does look like a realistic possibility. But in 30 minutes, he had a double-double. He had 10 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 of 11 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, and 1 of 7 from the three-point line with 2 blocks, 3 turnovers. Cedi Osman, 24 minutes. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 12 from the field, no free throw attempts, 4 of 8 from the three-point line, and 1 block. Tristan Thompson, I told you he had a few moments there where he looked like a beast on the boards. In 32 minutes, he had 14 points, 11 rebounds, no assists, 5 of 6 from the field, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, no three-point attempts tonight, and he had 2 turnovers. Darius Garland, 34 minutes, 12 rebounds. Wow. Okay, I'm tripping. 12 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 5-11 from the field, no free throw attempts, 2 of 7 from the three-point line, and he had a deep three-pointer at one point in that game. And then he had 1 steal, 1 turnover. Colin Sexton, 31 minutes, 22 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 8 of 15 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from the three-point line, and a steal with 2 turnovers. Kevin Porter Jr., 28 points. Sorry, wow. I am really tripping tonight. Apologize. 28 minutes, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 of 17 from the field, no free throw attempts, 1 of 6 from the three-point line, and 2 turnovers. Larry Nance, 20 minutes, 4 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 5 from the field, no free throw attempts, 1 3-point attempt but did not successfully make the shot, and 1 steal with 2 turnovers. Dante Exum, a new acquisition for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They traded away Jordan Clarkson on December 23rd, and I don't know why they did that because they need as much scoring as possible, and Jordan Clarkson is still very young. But, Cleveland Cavaliers are doing Cleveland Cavalier things, and you can't really expect anything else. But in 15 minutes, he had 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 of 4 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from the three-point line with 1 turnover. Matthew Dellavedova, one of the remaining pieces along with Love and Tristan Thompson from that championship team. Or was he on the championship team or did he get traded? I got to go back and check. But in 15 minutes, he had 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 of 4 from the field, no free throw attempts, and 1 of 3 from the three-point line with a steal and a turnover. All in all, those are your stats for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I spoke about the Toronto Raptors, our upcoming schedule against sub-500 teams. If we can beat them all, we should have an extra 11 wins. And when you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, you have a successful regular season, and you are putting yourself in position to be one of the top seeds in your conference. And the Raptors, even with these injuries, they're still fighting in that 2 to 6 range, and they could still possibly get that 2 or 3 seed. Milwaukee does not look like they're going to drop anytime soon, and they look like they basically have the first seed. Really is between us, Miami, and Boston for the 2nd and 3rd seed, because Indiana and Philadelphia don't look like they have they're not consistent, and we owe Pacers a loss too. They beat us on their home floor in that overtime game, so we shall see how that goes going into the new year. But all in all, that's going to do it for this podcast. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Happy New Year's again. Hope y'all are safe. Do not drink and drive for all my adult listeners, and for all the kids, enjoy your nights at home, and just have fun and no stress, please. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, do so. Show your boy that love. I'm going to keep doing this podcast. We might have a few changes here and there, but we're going to stay consistent going into 2020. Till then, stay woke, stay blessed. I switched that around, but it doesn't matter. And stay safe. Till next time. Peace!